Welcome to Whippoorwill Holler. I'm Miss Lori and this is Mr. Brown. We live in the hills of Arkansas. We love the Lord. Keepers of the old way, but accept some of the new. We love to cook and we love to eat. We love to garden. It's in our blood. It's how we stay sustainable and fill our pantry. We do a lot of canning and preserving. We live a sustainable life. We love our family. We work hard. And every once in a while, we like to dance. So y'all join us. One thing about living back on a gravel road is once you get all this rain and snow and it thaws, about 6 inches of mud, and then when it gets down to 9 degrees, it freezes like concrete. It is so rough, y'all. But we're on the highway right now, so we're fixing to go into Missouri, and we're going to pick up
half a beef
that we bought from a local farmer. We don't raise our beef anymore. We just buy it from local farmers. It'll last us a year. So that's just how we do things. And so today's the day to go pick it up. The one good thing about being so cold is we don't have to worry about packing it down with ice and bringing it back in such a hurry. But I got out there last night and I straightened up my upright freezer, getting it ready for all the meat and stuff. So we don't, those of y'all that's been with us for so long, y'all know that we don't run to the grocery store constantly. I mean, our pantries is what we eat out of, and we've always pretty much either raised our own meat, hunted our own meat, or bought it from local farmers as much as we could. So that's what we're doing today. And I'm sorry it's so shaky, but it's these roads, y'all.
I got 60 pounds of air in my tires too.
You got what?
60 pounds of air in my tires.
60 pounds of air in his tires. So it's bumpity bump, bump, bump.
I put on brand new tires and I like running plenty of air in them. They just seem to do a lot better.
So today, it being Friday, I'm hoping to get this video out as soon as I get home. We have been very busy. We've all had doctor's appointments this week, and even little Bo, the new baby, he had an appointment with his heart doctor, and he's fine. He's gaining weight really good, and he's just healthy as can be. But they did put a little heart monitor on him because his heart's still not beating the way they think it should be beating correctly. So he has to have that on for about 72 hours, and then we'll go from there. But otherwise, he's doing really good, y'all.
Well, he's 16 pounds, though.
He's 16 pounds at 4 months, and let's see, when he was born, he weighed a little over 6, so he's doing really good. Healthy, he's just doing good. So I think it kindly confuses them that because Dr. Lee, who is a very good doctor, his heart doctor, but they are going to monitor this heart monitor, and then they're going to probably send him back to Little Rock and talk to maybe another heart doctor just to get a second opinion. But anyways, he said he's just doing so good that he said it's kind of unusual when a baby has even a small heart defect, that they won't have something going on, with either their weight or their eating or their breathing or something. But he doesn't seem to have any of them issues. So we're just very blessed that
he's going to be a slower heart guy.
Well, it's too fast.
Oh, it's too fast. I thought it was slow.
No, it's it's just hard. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around sometimes. But anyways, we're gonna go pick our steer up and bring it on home, and we might even stop and eat us some good old catfish or something in Mammoth Springs on the way back. We'll see. So Danny wasn't able to go duck hunting this morning.
I haven't been able to go duck hunting this week. Everything we duck hunt's froze over, solid ice. And if there was lots of ducks, and they're not, if there was lots of ducks, I'd probably be out chopping ice and figuring out a way to hunt. But it's this whole flyaway area. You hear it from one end of the country to the other in this area that we don't have the ducks this year. And I don't know what's going on, but you hear it all over the country. But we have managed to harvest a few ducks, and we've had a good time. Next week's the last week, and it's supposed to get up in the 50s this weekend and a little bit next week, so I'm probably going to go bust ice.
I'm going to enjoy that 50 this weekend so much. I'm probably going to get outside.
It got up in the 40s yesterday, but the wind keeps blowing and it's cool, and today it's not going to get out of the 30s today. It got down to like 16 degrees last night. And anyway, duck season's going to be over. We've been running all over the country, and we're running again. It's our middle name lately, run, run, run.
Now, I had an appointment with my arthritis doctor. Of course, it was just a checkup. I used to have to go every month and have blood work done because they have to check and make sure that there's nothing going on with your kidneys or your liver and stuff because of the treatments. But Danny had an appointment with his doctor Monday because he's having some issues with his rotator cuff. But and then Bo had his, and then I had mine. But now I only have to go for my checkups every 3 months instead of every 1 month now. And my hands are doing a lot better, y'all. But you know, anybody that's got psoriatic arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, psoriatic arthritis, it don't matter. Y'all know that there's days that's worse than others. But we have been able to control mine to where I can use my hands. So that's what I told him, and so it was just a checkup. So we've been pretty busy, plus just everything else that you have to do.
It has been cold. It's pretty amazing how much snow they got down there in the south, isn't it?
It is.
Everybody down there going, hey, this ain't right. I've seen a lot of them. I've seen a lot of them enjoying it. I seen one out on an airboat. He got out on an airboat in the snow and running around with his airboat. And
yeah, I seen that too. That looks like fun.
And there were several people out pulling sleds and stuff, having fun.
Yeah, I'm sorry this video is probably going to be shaky, but I can't control it. Our snow finally went away and the kids all went back to school, but it's just so cold. I mean, let's see, what's the coldest it was in the morning? 7, or has it been down lower than that?
It got down to at least
7 degrees. So,
with a wind chill below 0.
And a lot of y'all that live in the States, that's just, some of y'all are used to that kind of weather. I can tell you that even with my greens being covered up with my row crop cover, when it got down that cold at night, they got bit. But they were up they were up in containers, so it wasn't like they was low on the ground. They'd have probably made it if they'd have been lower on the ground, but they was up in containers, and they just they couldn't take it. They couldn't take it no more, and they kind of got bit, but that's okay. I think I do pretty much have all the seeds that I'm fixing to start here pretty soon, especially my green peas. I'm fixing to start them in the house. I don't have heat right now out in the greenhouse. I hope that to change sometime. I need to do something different. So when it does get this cold, I can still go out there and use my greenhouse. But I think I'll start them in the house. Because green peas, like, there's so many different ones, but they love cold weather. Not 7-degree weather, but they do thrive in colder weather. So I want to get them started in the house and get them at least 4 inches tall, and then I'll take them out when the sun's shining and kind of harden them off, and then take them out there and stick them in the ground, and hopefully they'll do well. So that'll be my first thing that I start for the garden here pretty soon.
Big town of Hardy.
Fixing to come into Hardy, but we take the there's a way that you can go around it.
Bypass around it. Or we can go through it.
Yeah, we can go through it. They may want to see it. Today is Friday, and usually on Fridays, Hardy is very, very busy because of all the flea markets and antique stores. But because it's so cold, I don't know if there'll be that many out today. The other thing that's been going on at the house, it's no big renovation, but there's something going on in the kitchen, and I'll be showing that to you in a couple of days too. Like I said, it's nothing big, but it is different. It is a lot bigger, put it that way. So it's more open now. It's pretty much what I had on my mind when we bought that old antique propane cook stove, but we didn't do it that way the first time. So now it's Danny done it. He done a good job.
That's what I got to do. That's what I got to do when I wasn't ducking.
When it was too cold to go out and do anything else, you might as well. But anyways, I was going to hire somebody to do it, but he got in there and saved us a lot of money. And, Danny's just able to do that stuff, so he just gets it.
I told you I wasn't going to.
Yeah, he did. He said, you better hire somebody. And I kept telling him, I had people in mind, and I'd say, okay, I need to call them. I need to call them.
Hard to get people very fast.
Yeah, it is. People are just, especially anybody that's working on houses, doing construction stuff, they stay pretty busy.
If they're good, they stay busy.
Yeah. So.
Anyway, I had time, so I got in there and had to rerun the gas lines, electric lines.
I did help him as much as I could. I helped haul lumber out that he tore out, so I did do that. And I had planned on kind of doing some of that myself anyways, but he did it, and it's done.
I just fighting my rotator cuff so much that I was dreading it, but I got in there and got it done.
Yeah, that worried me more than anything was his shoulder hurting, but he did. And he done it pretty much in one day, did you not?
Pretty much.
One day. So anyways, like I said, it's no major deal, but we will be.
It's major when you're tearing out what Mennonites built.
Yeah, because that stuff...
Elephant can't tear it apart.
That stuff don't come down very easy. That's for sure. But anyways, we're fixing to go through Hardy. So hang on. People here today? There's a few. this is the old town of Hardy, and a lot of y'all know about Hardy. A lot of y'all been through here, and y'all have even stopped and shopped. And there's been some of y'all that have even met me here at Hardy, because y'all know from watching me that this is pretty much, Danny even gets his hair cut here.
I need one today.
At the barber. Where is that local barber? Right here?
Right here. They're not open today.
Not open today. But anyways, there are a few people here. But there's so many antique stores and flea markets and restaurant. This is our corner booth restaurant that, yes, we come here every so often. And we have met several people there that...
they're packed today.
Yeah. And this is the Bill's Cast Saver that I talk about sometimes. That besides Walmart, this is really the closest grocery store we have. I mean, we're pretty rural.
Other than a dollar store.
Oh yeah, I don't count them. Then there's this little market here that sells Amish, what they call Amish goods and stuff. It's kind of like if you've ever went to the All American Made store, that's the stuff they carry. So we're fixing to leave out of Hardy, and we're headed towards Mammoth Spring now. Okay, we're going to talk just a little bit about retirement. We haven't talked about it in a while. I've had people ask off and on, you know, well, how's retirement, Miss Lori? And, of course, retirement's great. I mean, you know. But I have to confess that I mean, I'm busy every day. There's just not a day that I just, you know, lounge around and just say, oh, you know, retirement. But, I mean, yeah, retirement. The good thing is, and the difference is, you know, we can get up, Danny or I, whoever does it first, can make the coffee, and we sit down and drink coffee, and we eat a breakfast. And if we were both working, we'd be up at 4:30 in the morning, and we'd have to be gone at 6, and it was just, you know, go from that time till you got home late at night. So there is such a big difference in that. Even though we're going and doing, it's not a scheduled, it's not a just a time thing. We can take our time, we can do what we need to do, whatever it is we're doing. If it has to do with the homestead, if it has to do with our family, which is one of the things that we wanted to be able to do, was to, you know, to help whoever needed help whenever they needed it. And of course, we've talked about Danny's mom, and the sun's coming in. We've talked about Danny's mom, and she is needing pretty much round the clock help now. So all the siblings are taking turns and helping with Danny's mom and taking care of her. So
I've been we're normally about 2 days a week, and right now I'm on afternoon schedule with Mother. I've been swapping out a little bit with my brother. I hadn't been hunting, and he had some things to do, and I've been going over and cooking her breakfast and making sure she eats, and stay with her till one of my sisters or somebody comes in later after lunch. But my normal routine is afternoons. I stay with her till bedtime. I thought she was already 93. I'm not sure yet. She's 92 or 93. And she's very forgetful now,
So when I talk about being busy, it's a good busy. It's a good busy. So retirement's going well. Right now we're not doing any traveling or nothing. We knew we wouldn't be doing that much, you know, during the coldest part of the winter. I can tell you something about me and Danny. We don't like being away from home very long at a time. So it's not like, you know, some people have summer homes and winter homes, and I don't know how, you know, we just have a home. And, you know, it's our winter and summer home. So
it's all season.
It's an all season home. So you know, when we leave to go somewhere, after a couple days, it's like, okay, I'm ready to go home. And it's not because we don't want to be there. It's just we're home people. That's just where we want to be. So we start getting a little bit anxious and ready to go back home. So we can't really stay on for very long in time. And that's why we don't have cattle and stuff, which we don't want cattle anymore. We've been there and done that. We just don't want to do it anymore. When you've done something like that all your life, it's time to let go after a while when you get older and do something different. And that was the biggest thing about getting Hank is that
Hank,
when we're gone, of course my daughter will take care of him. If we're gone very many days at a time, she will make sure he's taken care of. In fact, they have kennels at their house, so he could go over there and stay. But as far as in the chickens, but as far as anything else, we just don't want to get tied down with too many animals and stuff if we're going to try to travel a little bit. And spring's going to be here before you know it. It's coming on pretty quick. And when I think back, it's like our years are really passing along pretty quick too. I mean, passing along pretty quick.
Spring bass fishing's coming. Crappie fishing.
I knew that was coming.
And then trip out to Mexico to go hunting.
You notice he ain't saying any trips with me.
You can go to Mexico if you want to.
I'd rather go to Kentucky or Alabama, Florida, Georgia.
Good time to go down there in the spring because before that humidity hits, we cut that humidity with a knife now.
I wouldn't mind going that way with you sometime too, though, really. But, you're going to be out there hunting, so.
Yeah, it'd be pretty boring there just sitting around.
I mean, I don't think there's a lot to do out there in the middle of nowhere. So, anyways.
Unless you had somebody to go do it with.
I tell you what, you can go out to Mexico and go hunting, and sometime me and the girls are going to go towards Maine and Vermont. We're wanting to see that part of the country. So
I've been there and seen that. Not all of it.
Not all of it. Danny got up this morning and cooked breakfast for us before we left out. We had coffee and...
I'm going to be out cooking you one of these days.
You going to be out cooking me? Outdoing me. You probably will be. And that's okay. I'll let you do all the cooking.
I can whip up a breakfast.
He goes over and cooks breakfast for his mom. Yeah, we had some side pork, and he fried us some eggs and made us just a little bit of gravy. So
we got full, didn't we?
Yeah, we got full. I always dread going and getting all this meat because it's such a chore. They do load it for you, but then once you get it home, you gotta pack. You gotta get it all put up. Sort it out, put it up, but
usually 2 big coolers full.
It's a blessing, and I know a lot of people that have been with us a while know that you're not going to see Miss Lori out grocery shopping and stuff because I don't do that. That's just
a few necessities.
Just a few necessities when needed, and over the years, what happens is you get your pantry so stocked up, and when you get older, you're not cooking as much, and so you're not running and going and making grocery hauls every week or every 2 weeks.
So different when you got 4 kids in the house.
Yes, I mean I do feed some every once in a while, but it's not every day and every night. But it is different, and we've always tried to fill our freezer with our own meat. But when you're not running to the grocery store constantly and spending that money, because I'm the world's worst, and even if I make a list, you can say I'm only going to go in there for 2 things, and you're going to come out with at least a half, if not a full cart. So
you do.
So you've overspent. You've overspent and probably bought stuff that you really didn't need at that time. Now, I'm one for every time that you go in there, buy you a little extra cans of beans or whatever to put in your pantry, yes. To put back. I am all for that. And that's how I keep my pantry stocked, to where I don't go to the grocery store much at all. So that being said, that is how we are able to put money back to be able to buy fresh meat off a local farm. And we know these people. We grew up with them, their family, so we know how they treat their animals and how well they feed them.
Once you get where you can do it, if you can get enough money saved and do it one time, and then you just put that money back, just like you was going to the grocery store and buying that meat, and you put that money back, so when the next time it comes around, you got that money to go buy you another. Or, you use up what you've got. So if you can get by and get it done one time.
And I understand there's people there. I mean, it's just some of y'all are just one person in the household, and you don't need all that meat. So going to the store and finding sales and stuff, and
we share some with the kids.
Yeah,
so.
We do share our meat. So I mean, so that's how we're able to do that. It's not really feasible for me and Mr. Brown to continue to like raise our own cattle and raise our own beef. Now, we scaled down. We've only got 20 acres and it's mostly wooded now. But as far as money-wise, and he'll tell you, I don't know that we'd come out any more of saving more money raising the beef ourselves. When it comes to feeding it off, we don't have the acreage of grass needed. So you'd have to, clear.
It'd probably cost you more where we are now than if we wouldn't have the pasture to help grow it on.
We don't have the pasture because we're mostly wooded. And we will probably stay that way because, all this is what sustains us on our homestead, is this timber. So
Heats us.
yes, and it heats us, and we can cook with it, and whatever is needed for. And we do not cut good trees. We cut trees that are either diseased or dead or need to be fallen. So
I got some that I've been having to cut around the house because they're getting too big. They was getting too close to the sheds and too big to be around the house. So, but I normally try to get stuff that's going downhill anyway.
and you don't have to eat meat every day. As far as chicken, we do have chickens for eggs. We will always have chickens. We don't have any meat chickens. We haven't in several years. We used to go in with the family and do meat chickens, but we haven't done that in several years. So there are places online that you can buy organic chicken. You just go online and look for it. I buy a lot of chicken from Thrive Market, like chicken breast, whole chickens, and stuff like that. They're not as cheap as they are at the grocery store, but pork, of course, y'all know that we raised our pork and had it butchered, and we still have quite a bit of it left.
It's getting thin, though, and
but you know, the older that we get, we're not eating as much. I didn't think that would ever happen, but it's true, ain't it?
Yeah, and since we're retired, we eat a later breakfast and snack at lunch and an early supper, and we're pretty much done.
So what we have in our pantry and our freezer, it lasts us a long time. And then garden time comes up, and of course we're eating plumb out of the garden and putting stuff up. And
I love that fresh garden produce.
Good stuff. It's good for you. So it's always that we know that because of what we were taught and how we were raised, that we'll never be without. And you only need enough to sustain yourself. Really.
And as we get older, we're a little less and less.
Yeah. It may not look like it, but we are. It's harder and harder as you get older to.
You remember when you used to go out there and pick a 5-gallon bucket of tomatoes and make spaghetti sauce and all that stuff with it?
Well, we don't eat as many tomato products anymore. We just can't. And now we do love to go out there and get a fresh tomato, but we just don't eat.
I love fresh tomato.
We don't eat a whole lot of tomato products except for maybe spaghetti. So, in fact, that's something that I'm going to be doing pretty soon. Is I'm going to be canning up some marinara, some spaghetti sauce, because I need some. And it's the good stuff is very expensive at the store. I've had people ask me about doing canning with stuff that you bought in the big cans, like the number 10 cans.
There's Mammoth Spring.
That you can. Yeah.
Big spring.
I'm sitting here talking and I missed it. Number 10 cans. Sometimes you can find stuff cheaper in it and then you can can it. And making spaghetti sauce is one of them. If you didn't have a huge garden or you didn't get an abundance of tomatoes, but you found number 10 cans of whole tomatoes or tomato puree or whatever for very cheap. In fact, what I bought was just a little over $3 for a number 10 can. And I'm going to be able to...
There's the mouth of the...
There it is. That's the mouth of the spring.
Or actually the...
So we are coming through Mammoth Springs. This is the state line. We eat there sometimes. They have very good breakfast. And now we're in Missouri.
There, Missouri.
I love Missouri, and I love coming to Mammoth Spring Thayer. I don't have it. I mean, it's really not that far from where we live, to tell you the truth. Yeah.
Headed to Koshkanog.
Is it Koshkanog or Koshnong?
Koshkanog.
I don't think so. I never can pronounce it right. But anyways, that's where the meat locker is. So we'll be going through Mammoth Springs and we'll be going through Thayer. We've spent a lot of time, a lot of our life in Thayer, Missouri, shopping. The feed store was all, and it's still a big deal. Hirsch Feed in Thayer. I've been going to this feed store since I was a little girl with my grandpa. He raised cattle and hogs and everything else.
We was in the store business. We used to get our feed from here and resell it.
Yeah, we was in store business. I had 4 little kids. Danny was working. He was still working for the county when we had that store business, which is the Mennonite store at Dalton. we sold feed there. So a lot of the times when he was busy working for the county, me and the kids would load up in a single cab truck, 5 of us, with the trailer, and we'd come to Thayer, and I'd get a ton of feed on it to take back to the store, and we sold it there. But anyways, so we've been coming here for many and many, many years, and I do like Thayer very much.
Your grandparents banked here.
Yes, they did.
There's several people around.
So this is Thayer. We're going to Koshkonong. I don't really know how that's pronounced.
I call it Koshkonong.
Well, that's what we've always called it, but there's an N in there, so I really don't know. But right there where it says Harps, that's a really good store. It's employee owned, Harps, very clean. And I remember as a little girl, Grandma always went to this store, and there was another one up there too she went to. Was it always a Harps?
No.
What was it back then?
It used to be a town and country.
Town and country, yeah. So, yeah. It's been a lot of time in Missouri. Like I said, it's not that far. From the main farm, when growing up, where me and Danny raised the kids, it was probably an hour from there.
Yeah, we used to come out that road right back
Yeah. But now it's probably less than an hour from where we live now. Not sure. Anyways. And then when you get past Koshkonong, you go towards West Plains. And West Plains, I love West Plains too. You can do a lot of shopping there. It's just, so this is kind of my favorite area. And then my youngest son and his wife and 3 of my grandchildren live in Springfield. And this is the way we go to Springfield. We'll go through Hardy, then we go through Mammoth Springs, Thayer, West Plains, and then all the little nice little towns in between. Amish community, Seymour, Missouri, and Mountain Grove, and Kabul, and all them before we get to Springfield. And as big as Springfield is, and it makes me a nervous wreck driving around in Springfield, because we don't know it well enough to know all the little. We're getting better at it though. But Springfield has a lot of shopping and a lot of
anything you can imagine.
Anything you can imagine, and it just has a lot to do. And then of course up the road is Branson, Missouri. So this has just always been places that we like to go and shop and do. It's just,
got some really nice flea markets up there.
Yeah, they do. Springfield has one of the biggest flea markets in the state, I believe. And we're wanting to go back, and if we ever make it back there, I will make sure that I video that place. I'll never forget when we went one time, was when I first started my channel, we went there. Do you remember this? And we met some people in there that actually watched my channel, and there was a subscriber, and they knew us right off the bat. And it was so exciting to see somebody that was just really, really nice. And
we met a couple yesterday in Jonesboro that knew us.
Well, I told Danny, I said, it really humbles us, and we just makes us smile from ear to ear when we hear, are you Miss Lori, Mr. Brown, or we hear, are you Whippoorwill Holler? And it's that way all the time now. I mean, if we go out to eat, or even if we're in Walmart or a flea market, or just feed store, and it's very exciting, and we love meeting y'all, and y'all are just very kind people, and we appreciate y'all very much. We also want to thank thank everybody for all the gifts that y'all have sent us, and all the nice comments and stuff. We appreciate them all. I tried to get Danny to spend his Lowe's card yesterday, but he didn't find anything yesterday, so he's saving it.
Yeah, I had a subscriber send me a gift card for Lowe's at Christmas. And I haven't spent it yet, but I do have it.
Okay, we're pretty much here at the meat processor. This is Koshkonong, Missouri. And I know I'm not going to say it right, but the previous owners of this for years, their last name was Von Allen. And I think they pretty much, yes, they keep that name, but somebody else has bought them out. I think that the others retired. So it's Von Allen Processing. So we're gonna go in and get our meat. These are really cute, y'all. What do you think?
You don't ever wear socks on.
They're comfortable. We're gonna walk around Mammoth Spring, the spring, for just a minute at Mammoth Springs. Get some sunshine. We ain't had any in a while.
Mammoth Spring water has a year-round temperature of 58 degrees Fahrenheit with an average measured flow of 9 million gallons of water per hour. The deep out here, the deepest part of the spring, 70 feet deep. Now this spring feeds a river, a continuous river that goes plumb through down past where we live in Imboden and flows to the 11-Point River. It feeds Spring River. And there are trout fishing on the upper end up here.
So cold, but the sun feels good. Don't step in the goose poop. This is one of the antique flea markets here beside Fred's Fish Market. It's not been here very long. They got a lot of neat stuff in there though. This is my lunch today. Does it look good to y'all? I've got 2 pieces of walleye, coleslaw, baked potato, and I got some beans and hush puppies. And Mr. Brown is eating catfish.
Mr. Whiskers.
Mr. Whiskers. And some good old sweet tea. Well, we made it home. And I got all the meat put up. Hi, Hank. Hey, Hank. Let's say, Hank. Huh? Let's say. Don't jump on me. Don't jump. That's a no-no. I'm glad the sun come out today. It made me feel better. But it is still cold, but I ain't griping. I ain't griping. I just like to see that sunshine, that's for sure. Hank gonna get to play a little bit. Where'd he go?
Hank, here. Hank. You didn't throw it.
You better
You didn't throw it.
No, Hank, who threw it?
Here.
Uh-uh. There you go.
All right, that's it.
I confused him.
You been throwing 42? All right, sit down.
Yeah.
Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Hank! He ain't as energetic this afternoon.
He acts like he's tired, don't he? You tired?
Here.
Good dog.
Good boy.
Good Hank.
Good boy.
Y'all laughed at me the other day. I was out here playing with him. I was turning this way throwing it. We was standing over here, and I don't throw stuff very well, dog. And I threw that thing, and it went way up in the tree and got hung in the limb up there. And Hank just kind of looked at me like, you crazy woman. How am I supposed to get that out of that tree? But anyways, we're back. And, oh, it's getting on. I don't know what time it is, to tell you the truth. I know it's got to be 4 or after. And I really need to get this video uploaded. So, I'm going to say bye for now. And we loved being with y'all, just hanging out with us today. I'm sorry that there was no cooking today or nothing like that. But I'm telling y'all, and y'all know what it's like. It has been one busy week. So instead of just not being with yuns at all, I thought we'll just load them up in the truck and take them with us. And that's what we did. So y'all have a beautiful weekend. Stay warm. I don't know what kind of, I think we're supposed to maybe warm up just a little bit this weekend. I know it's going to get cold again, but the pond still froze over. I'm hoping that next winter I'm going to have some kind of better heat set up in my greenhouse. We work on one thing at a time. But it's just gotten so cold here the last month or so that nothing would survive out there. Even during the day when the sun's in there and it warms up, it's just too much for them little old plants and stuff. So I'm going to say bye to everybody. We love y'all. We want y'all to have a beautiful, beautiful, safe weekend. And we're going to see y'all in a few days. Mr. Brown's back there making noise with the trash can. Dragging the trash can back. But anyways, we'll see y'all in a few days. Don't know what we'll be doing, but we'll be doing something, I promise. Maybe me and Mr. Brown will be in there cooking together. Well, probably not. He'll be in the duck woods. But I think this is the last week, y'all, duck hunting. Remember, God loves you so much. And we love you too. Bye-bye for now, everybody.